Hello, everybody. How are you today? Welcome. I'm giving everybody a moment to hop on, but I definitely wanted to wholeheartedly welcome you today. People are going to be hopping on at any moment now. And so as you guys get settled in, definitely grab a pen and paper because I'm going to have a lot of information to share with you. So for those of you that are new, I am Angelique Renae, holistic beauty expert and licensed esthetician, and I want to wholeheartedly welcome you today to my one moment. All right, as you're joining, make sure you go ahead and mute so that way we don't hear you. And you can also take off the video as well if you want. Okay, everybody. So as you jump on, go ahead and make sure you mute, turn off your video, and I will be giving you a lot of information today. So go ahead and grab a piece of pen and paper and welcome. So today's topic is the top secrets to a holistic beauty transformation and how to age in reverse. And so for those of you that are new, I'm Angelique Renae. I wholeheartedly welcome you today. I've been really preparing to share this material with you, and today I finally get to record it. I actually tried recording it the other evening. We had some technical difficulties, so I felt it in my heart to have an encore presentation for those who had trouble logging in, and so that way people who couldn't join us could actually receive the recording. So as many of you may know, I'm a holistic beauty and wellness coach, healing practitioner, and licensed esthetician, and I help my clients to improve their appearance, balance their lives, and literally reverse the aging process. I am so passionate about talking about beauty and wellness and taking it beyond skin deep, taking it beyond the surface level and beyond just being superficial, and really helping people to heal and supporting them to rejuvenate. And as a wellness coach, you know, I also follow other wellness coaches, but there was an amazing saying that came out last year by a coach that I follow named Diane Kaiser. After she had her breast explant surgery, she mentioned last year that the non-toxic beauty revolution has begun. And I love that so much because we are living in a time where invasive procedures, you know, injectables, things, you know, plastic surgery, all of that, actually we're starting to see the long-term repercussions, and some people are starting to have reactions and get ill from that. So I'm excited for you to be here today, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the top secrets to a holistic beauty transformation and reversing the aging process, where you're going to be able to learn the pillars of holistic beauty, the common things overlooked in beauty and aesthetics, how to repair your body and get results that last, and the difference between anti-aging and age reversal. And so the information you'll receive over the next hour or so is going to completely shift the way that you look at beauty forever. So I would grab a pen and piece of paper, eliminate distractions, make sure you're not surfing your email or Facebook or anything like that, and give yourself the permission to be fully present and stay till the end, because I am going to share how we can work closely together, and I'm going to have special offers available at the end of this call. Now, today you are in the right place. If you're ready to trade in that feeling of looking and feeling tired, no matter what you've tried, in order to wake up appearing youthful and radiating beauty from within, you're in the right place if you want beauty and anti-aging, but without compromising your immune system or using chemicals that are not aligned with your healthy lifestyle. You're also in the right place if you're struggling with sagging skin or cellulite, but you feel like surgery is way too aggressive for you. You're also in the right place if you're eating well and exercising, but maybe carry some extra pounds that simply won't go away, and you're tired of feeling self-conscious, and your deepest desire is to feel confident and sexy and beautiful in your own skin. And maybe you've tried injections and surgery but did not like the results, or it's created an entirely different issue when it comes to your appearance, leaving you frustrated. You're also in the right place if you constantly find yourself scared of needles, if you hate pain, if you really don't like the long-term upkeep of things like Botox and injectables in order to improve your appearance, and especially, you know, that worry of how you'll look if you actually quit. So definitely, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and why I got started doing this and why I care so much about this topic. And so a handful of years ago, I actually was in corporate America, totally burnt out. I completely hit the wall. And I had always had an interest in natural medicine and beauty and wellness. And I found myself, after I kept taking on more responsibility, more money, everything else. I was hustling and grinding and pushing. I found myself overweight, overwhelmed, overexhausted, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, because the truth is nobody hands us a handbook as women that tells us how to manage all of these things and how to balance everything. So we end up being career women, moms, wives, doing all the things like we're superwoman. And then there's a certain tipping point where it's either going to manifest in our weight, it's going to manifest as pain or illness. Our lives are going to get tipped completely out of balance. And I was definitely in that seat. And I looked around and I saw all these really smart, beautiful women that were polished. And the influx of injectables came out, and I noticed they started using Botox and injectables to hide and mask and cover up the fact that their lives were tipped completely out of balance. And so that's why I really try to look at everything when it comes to women. And that's why I say holistic, because we're multifaceted, multidimensional beings, and we have all these different aspects of our lives. And if we are only treating the symptom or whatever is at the surface level, then you're not really getting to the root of the problem. And typically what happens is we are self-sacrificing, right? So I really try to look at every aspect that could be contributing to a person's appearance and what they're seeing in the mirror, rather than just the latest and greatest lotion, potion, or treatment. So it goes beyond that. So I was horrible. I was cranky. I was an empty, overtired, overeating shell of a woman. I know a lot of people could probably relate to that. But in the midst of feeling trapped, I did decide that I wanted to go back to school, got rid of a marriage and relationship that was no longer serving me. And I decided that I had to be happy with myself and really make that shift in my career so that I could fulfill the dream that was placed in my heart, which I had developed a heart to serve and support women just like myself, because I was able to look around and know I was not the only woman on the planet that was suffering these challenges. So where I'm at today is I actually look younger at age 43 than I did at age 35. I'll actually pull up a photo to show you guys so you can see my before and after photos. And life is so much better now. I live a life that is balanced. It brings me joy. I have so much fun. And I'm just so thankful and grateful every day that I've been able to make this change and share it with other women, because at the end of the day, I really don't want other women to take over a decade like I did to try to figure this stuff out, especially if it's outside if they're not a researcher like I am, or it's outside of their expertise, or something they're not interested in. I have a lot of women, they're busy, they come to me and they're like, just tell me what to do. So this is me at age 35. I've got another picture here, kind of a before and after as well. But yeah, I was matronly, I was heavy, and it was both physical and emotional weight, because everything was eating away at me. Everything at home, everything at work, and it just definitely was getting to me. So I like sharing these photos because it really does show you that I have had my own journey. I've walked the walk. And if you're going to hire a coach or a mentor or anyone to help you, you really do need someone who has walked the walk and been through it, and can give you that shortcut, to the fastest possible results, right? So what I'll do, and I'm going to be talking to you about several different things as we go throughout the call, but if at any point that you feel that you're interested in exploring your personal needs and your areas that you need support that are maybe tipped out of balance, or you have a specific concern, personally message me. Just say, I'm interested, and then we'll schedule a call together to explore. So now I'm going to go ahead and share with you the top secrets for a holistic beauty transformation and how to age in reverse. And so for me, I have spent years researching. I've found the best wellness products in the industry for both internal and external use, because it's beauty and wellness from the inside out. I've found technology and tools that are even new to the United States that I use in my practice that can help you balance the four key areas of your life: mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. And the reward for being balanced, it can really change your life, because it improves your moods, your relationships, your bottom line, your energy, your sex life, everything that you do at work and home. It has a ripple effect in the world around you. So I offer a variety of aesthetics treatments in my practice, but results can be short-lived if you don't look at all the areas that contribute to things like weight, aging, and appearance. And I have many clients with unique autoimmune conditions, cancer survivors, even transplant recipients. And I'll get into that a little bit more as we go along. And there's definitely much deeper that we'll be able to go, but definitely stay till the end, because I have a special offer to share with you. So the first pillar to an overall holistic beauty transformation is you must be balanced. This lays the foundation for everything else that you do: your moods, your hormones, your skin, you name it. And a lot of my clients come to me and they say, I'm tired of looking and feeling tired. And so that's where I start. I dive into that and I ask them, or I just say, tell me, let's talk about the reasons you're looking and feeling so tired. And usually there are things that are in, number one, their lifestyle. They are just going, or they have toxic relationships, whatever it may be. There's these energetic leaks that are just pulling and draining their energy. Or maybe they have a job that they don't like, right? There's nothing worse than getting out of bed with an alarm early in the morning, and then having to drudge to a workplace that you don't enjoy. So there's definitely all of those aspects that we want to look at, because if any of that can be changed or shifted, then certainly that's going to support you in your overall well-being. Another thing too that I always take a look at is digestion. The gut microbiome it's your second brain. So if you're eating foods that are weighing you down, making you heavy, sugar is one of the top things that can aid you and break down the integrity of your skin. Alcohol, so I always look at that, because sometimes people come to me for weight loss or body slimming, but I always want to know, how their digestion's doing, what their food intake looks like. Because if you overlook that, then we're going to be doing treatments and you're kind of spinning your wheels. So I don't work with anybody that is going to be driving through the drive-thru at McDonald's after we've done a waist slimming treatment. That would just be counterproductive, and that wouldn't serve them at the highest level to get the best possible results. And if your gut microbiome is not in order, you could put the best supplements in there. It's going to actually be like pouring oil in a vehicle that's never had an oil change. It's just going to be like mixing it with dirty oil, right? And then you're not even going to absorb it. You're not even going to feel well. So I always look at that first and foremost. One of the fundamentals that also is overlooked commonly in aesthetics and dermatology is a basic fundamental, which is having your skin balanced. Proper oil, proper water balance. Those are the main things. They're the basic fundamentals and building blocks. And so you may not need the latest and greatest cream. You actually may need internal support. And this is often overlooked. And if your skin's dehydrated and you're not nourished from within, even the most expensive cream is not going to work for you. It's not going to penetrate the skin, and it's also not going to tolerate advanced treatments very well either. So, you could do peels and radio frequency and different things, but if your skin is not well hydrated, it's not going to be well prepared to tolerate those types of treatments. Everything will sting and burn and just doesn't really feel good. Another thing too that you want to check and make sure is that your hormones are balanced. And that also is related to food and sleep. Food there in the US diet, unfortunately, is very sad. There's a lot of endocrine and hormone disruptors that are throwing people completely off. Our sleep patterns are off. And it's also imperative to have good quality sleep in order to have good quality hormone production. So all of that runs together. And when I was talking a minute ago about the gut microbiome, I recently actually did a webinar on the skin microbiome. A lot of people aren't aware that that we have a natural balance of bacteria and healthy flora and all this stuff, not only in our gut, but on the surface of our skin. And so we really want to make sure that we're even feeding our skin prebiotics and probiotics in order to maintain the protective barrier and have it be healthy and balanced. Some of the other things that you can do to be balanced also is essential oils are fantastic for balancing. They have an electromagnetic frequency that raises our vibration. It actually can lift our moods. It can balance the body in so many different ways. And also energy work. You know, I know some people, they really enjoy things, you know, like Reiki and just the ability to kind of clear and detach from all the stuff that's going on in the world, or maybe people that you're picking up on their energy, it really doesn't belong to you, but also being able to kind of refill your energy from source. So that way, you know that you know, sometimes we need a little extra help, right? So out from outside of ourselves. So being able to cut and replenish and all those great things really will help us maintain balance too, especially for those that work of us that work in the service industry, that, you know, if we're touching people and things like that, definitely we have to make sure we're not picking up everybody else's stuff. Another thing too is making sure that your home and work are balanced, you know, even your environment in your home or work. You know, there has to be some organization and making sure that you're not spending too much time in one place or the other, you know, or versus the other. But the last thing too is relationships. You know, our relationships teach us a lot of lessons for our own spiritual growth. But relationships are one of those things that really can weigh heavy on people if they're in a relationship that's toxic or there's issues going on. Definitely you have to always evaluate and make sure that you are in healthy, loving relationships. I have a friend that has a saying, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. So those are some essentials when it comes to being balanced. Now, I'm sure if any of you guys can relate, you can definitely drop a comment in the chat box and just say, yep, I totally understand. I know what you're talking about. But there are times where I've had clients that come into me because their skin and they feel that they look tired, but I'm going to look at some of these other things to see if those are in balance. And sometimes I'm going to support them in evaluating and bringing those things into balance before I even get to the topical piece of doing their skincare. Then it's just the icing on the cake, because as you balance the other things, then you start to notice that their energy shifts, their demeanor shifts, and then they start to radiate from within. And then the stuff that's going on the outside, once we do the anti-aging and everything, that's just kind of the cherry on top. It's just the icing on the cake, you can say. So next, I'm going to share with you the second pillar of beauty, which is that beauty is nourishing. It should enhance your life experience. It should be the most natural and loving thing that you can do for your body. Quite simply put, it should make you feel good. Think of how it felt after lockdown when you could finally go get your hair and nails done. I think that's when I really realized how much beauty enhances our lives, because everybody had so much gratitude to be at the nail salon and the hair salon. You could just see it was lifting people's spirits after being, you know, after hibernating for all those months. I even had women calling me having nail emergencies, asking if I could get a hold of acetone. They were having a 911 nail emergency, and all the beauty stores and everything were sold out. So it was going on across the board, but it just really set off the light bulb for me of just how important it is for us to nurture ourselves and to maintain our beauty. And so some of the ways that you can use beauty to nourish you is through natural and organic skincare products or probiotic skincare, which is fantastic. The quality of whole foods and superfoods, that's really important. And for those of you that may not be familiar with superfoods, superfoods are foods that are actually just, they convert straight to energy. There's not a lot of processing that your body has to go through. Things like cacao, spirulina, chlorella, you know, things like that, that actually are high in antioxidants, high in greens and chlorophyll and different things like that that really fuel your body. That's going to nourish you at the best. And know this, sourcing is so important. So I always look at what Europe is doing. You know, I use advanced European technology. I really love, they have such a high standard in Europe when it comes to their food source, their ingredients, when it comes to cosmetics and anything ingestible. But sourcing from places like New Zealand, you know, Switzerland, Norway, clean products are so important. And we're living in a time right now where, because of marketing, a lot of products are what I call greenwashed. And greenwash products is when they actually have a trace amount of something that sounds really good, but it's not really as good as you think it is. And that's something to be aware of, is that the over-the-counter stuff, a lot of times, once they go from a professional setting to over-the-counter, then they're required by the FDA to dilute their active ingredients, so that way nobody does harm. And the moment that you dilute that, then if you're adding water, that can proliferate bacteria. So they need to put preservatives to keep it shelf stable, and preservatives don't usually smell good, and then they add fragrance. So those are some things to be aware of. It's kind of like back in the day when the whole low-fat, non-fat craze came out, and we came out with all this, you know, synthetic substitutes and everything else. And later on, we actually found out that the substitute were worse for us than just using like regular butter, things like that. So just make sure that you're really getting good quality, good sourced products. So that way it's just going to be the best, and it's really going to nourish you. The other thing too is when it comes to anything ingestible, supplements and otherwise, is bioavailability. It needs to be either closest to its original form, or in a form that's like next best thing to IV therapy, or just in a form that our body can digest, because that's again, sometimes marketing is a little misleading, and they can say, hey, this is vitamin fortified, and it's vitamin fortified with vitamin D or vitamin C. But if it's in a form that the human body actually can't process, then it's actually not going to be effective. So that's just something to kind of be aware of. And, you know, certain vitamins kind of pair together as well. So it's like you absorb the vitamin D better if you have K2. So those are some of the things you want to look at as well. I know some people, you know, they'll go to Costco or something like that and get some big jar of some supplement, which will probably go bad before they can even eat it all. But if you don't know where it's coming from, and if it's tested for heavy metals and stuff like that, it's probably not the best quality product for you to be consuming. So definitely be aware of that. And understand too that being nourished is an experience. Have you ever put food in your mouth that is just so tasty, you like moan, you're like, that's so good? Or products that you put on your body that just, you know, it either feels good or it smells good or it just makes you feel great. I mean, that's really what beauty is about. It's to enhance our life experience and our essence. So I'll let you in on a little secret. And this is one of my latest additions that I'm super excited about for all my clients, is that I have an amazing beauty elixir. And it's sourced from Scandinavian waters with aloe and goji berry and chamomile and zinc and vitamin C and all these amazing things that support the skin from internally. So it helps with making it hydrated and plump and supple, which is what actually makes us retain our youthful glow. And having plump, supple skin makes us look younger. That's why I'm not really a fan of doing lots of aggressive peels and over exfoliating, because long-term it can thin the skin, and thinner skin actually will age you in your appearance. So yes, if you're wanting the scoop on the beauty elixir, definitely message me, because I believe all my clients should be supported internally and with the best source and best possible ingredients. So I'm super excited about that. Even for that matter, I'll show you guys, I have some before and after pictures here. And give me just a second. I have a little bit of a glare. Let's see here. I always like having before and after pictures so you can see what is possible. So here we go. Yay. Okay. So let me just minimize these. Okay, yay. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. And then, let's see. Okay. You know, technology, it gets a little quirky sometimes, right? Ah, I had the one I wanted to pull up. Let's see. There we go. Look at this. Okay, so this is a lady that she used the beauty elixir for 6 weeks. So this is super exciting because this shows you just how important it is to nourish your body from the inside in order to support the structure and function of your skin. These results are amazing. They've had this product in Australia for the last 5 months, and it literally, I've seen people, their dark spots are fading away, the skin elasticity tightens up, you know, they're just brighter and more youthful. You know, this woman, she has dark circles under her eyes. I know a lot of us can relate to that. And then you look and then now it's like kind of plumped up and smoothed out. You know, just going from looking kind of crinkly and dark and tired and uneven skin tone to just really smoothing everything out. So yes, I wanted to share that with you because I'm really, really excited about the results. And actually my package should be arriving any day. And it's so funny because I've had such a high demand that people keep asking me if they can buy mine. And I'm like, no, I need mine for myself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that. And I'm going to be taking pictures and everything as well. So the third pillar to a total beauty transformation, so you can age in reverse, is that you need to repair. This is something that is also overlooked. You know, it's like we do all these topical beauty treatments or we'll do, you know, surgical procedures, but sometimes that can cause some other issue. But if you can support the body's natural ability to repair, then you actually can you know, turn back the clock on your appearance. And so some of the ways that you do that, you know, whole foods and superfoods, like we were talking about before, and then also even activating stem cells. For those of you that are not familiar with stem cells actually are responsible for repairing all of the tissues and organs within the body. And if you can stimulate the stem cells, we lose like 50% by age 35 and then like 90% by age 70. You can actually reverse that and turn back the clock to allowing your body to perform the way it did back in the 20s. And there's a point where once you repair the stuff within your body, then you will actually repair faster than you degenerate. And you can literally shave years off of your appearance. Look at this lady on the bottom. This is over the course of a year, just with using patch technology to stimulate the stem cells. And she literally shaved like 10 years off of her appearance. So look at that. And then like this gentleman in the top, over the course of a year, grew his hair back. And I know that you guys probably know a lot of, whether it's men or women with you know, thinning hair is quite common, especially as our hormones shift or maybe things that we're consuming. But this is a great way to really just turn back the clock on the aging process. And that's the difference between anti-aging, which anti-aging is more, you know, preventative care, and then trying to maintain and protect, whereas age reversal is where you actually support the body's natural ability to heal itself, so that way you can actually return it back to its previous state, you know, many years ago when we were younger. Some of the other ways that you can also repair the body is by activating human growth hormone in the body. You know, there's supplements that can stimulate your natural HGH production, as well as intermittent fasting. That's one of the natural ways that you can actually activate your own natural HGH production. It has huge benefits for anti-aging. So that's something that is really simple and easy, just limiting the hours in which you eat each day and allowing your body that time to rest and purge in between. And it's so cleansing and healing for the body. The other thing too is having non-invasive aesthetic treatments. You know, so a lot of the treatments that I offer, and I like advanced European technology, but I believe that really, you know, one thing is getting regular facials, being able to clear out congestion from the skin and kind of hit the reset button. One of the things that I've noticed sometimes when I walk into med spas or dermatology offices is sometimes, you know, they'll have a staff that has, you know, the eyelashes and the cheek injections and the lip injections, and they have Botox and all these things, but then they're wearing tons of makeup to cover up the fact that they have acne. So it's like that basic fundamental has been skipped, you know, and so that's so important, is just having your skin really cleaned and cleared out, a nice exfoliation. But there's a lot of really amazing you know, technologies out there that will lighten, tighten, lift, firm, stimulate the muscles, reattach the connective tissue, stimulate the microcirculation in the area, because I'll give you a little tidbit here. Your heart is only responsible for pumping blood to like 25% of your body. We have all these little capillaries and stuff in all of our extremities. And if you've ever seen somebody that has bad circulation, it's because the blood is not getting to their extremities. And so you have to exercise or do massage or somehow stimulate that. And that will oxygenate the blood. And when you oxygenate the blood, that helps to repair the body. So there's ways to do that. You know, lifting the brows, the jowls, repairing sun damage. There are ways to penetrate plant-based and water-based serums at the cellular level without adding any trauma or injury to the skin. So if you're like me and you're a chicken and you just don't like needles or anything like that, these non-invasive modalities are really a great way for you to get results for beauty and anti-aging, but yet be more gentle and loving on the body. There's stuff that will help to stimulate the collagen and elastin, reduce the wrinkles, tighten sagging skin, stimulate also the hyaluronic acid production, which is, you know, responsible for hydration in the skin, helps to plump the skin as well. Stimulating, reducing inflammation. That's another one, which is not only connected to the gut, but there are treatments that can help reduce inflammation on the skin. So for those people that have rosacea or have acne or any type of inflammatory condition, there's definitely ways to address that are going to be gentle and mild on the skin. There's also ways that we can break down fat and cellulite and decrease scars and wrinkles without having to cut or poke or suction or anything like that. So I love all of these treatments, and I pair them with the best possible products that can support them at home. And I look at tweaks and changes that we can make in their diet and other things to really support them in all areas to get the best possible results. The other thing too that I've added in this past year, which is new to the US, is not the concept, but a particular piece of equipment that is good with frequency healing therapy. And what that does is everything within our body, every tissue and organ has a frequency to it. And so we can stimulate cellular repair, again, increase the microcirculation and support the body's ability to heal and repair. Also reduce pain and inflammation, because pain and inflammation is another thing that can make people look and feel tired. Now, if anything that I'm talking about you kind of piques your interest and you're like, yes, I want more information about that, or I want to learn about that, certainly personally message me, let me know, and we can definitely schedule a time to talk about your particular area of concern. I'll also go ahead and share with you really quick, even just some of my clients. I've got, you know, a client here that she's in her 60s. Let me just go ahead and share. Let's see, we'll go ahead and get out of that one. I have so many things that I wanted to show you guys today, but let's see, here we go. So, and then I really do love this because this client is in her 60s. She had injectables before and was not happy with the results. And she sent me this picture where she circled all of her problem areas that she wasn't happy with. But I did a series of non-invasive treatments on her, and we were able to really plump up and smooth out and tighten her skin. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but even the neck, you know, there's a difference in the texture of the neck here, which is definitely one area that ages us. But I was able to do all of that without doing and using any harsh chemicals or any harsh treatments. I have this client here that we've been working to regenerate his hair. You know, he's 56 years old, doing all the right things, but thinning hair is one of those things that makes people feel older or feel like they look older. So the fact that he's regenerating his hair naturally, the reason he came to me is because he didn't want to go through hair transplants, plugs, have scars, or any types of injections. And so he really felt more comfortable coming with me and just doing, even though it's a slightly longer process, just growing his hair back naturally was really appealing for him. Also waist slimming, and you can definitely tell, like, especially like, look at the love handle area, just how much different that is, how much more volume he had in his waist circumference, you know, before and then after. So it definitely does make a difference. You can even see a big difference in the texture of the skin here, where it was like more dimpled and rippled, and here it's much smoother. I can also work on the hands. You know, a lot of the things that I'm recommending will support both inside and outside, but I do have hand treatments available because that, again, hands, neck, chest, those are things that really age us. So that's another one too. Here, look at this, before and after. Non-invasive. I didn't do any peels on him. I didn't take off any skin. I know that's typically what's popular when a lot of people have like acne scarring and things like that. But by really stimulating the collagen and elastin in his skin and hydrating it and everything else, it just, it really improved the texture of his skin significantly. You know, the neck is another area. You can see, you know, how she had really pronounced lines here. And I always laugh because when I first started going to advanced aesthetics classes, I would see the older estheticians that were in their 50s and 60s that looked great right here, like they were wearing a mask, and then from their neck down, neck and chest, looked so much older. So I vowed to myself I would never be that esthetician that's walking around looking like I'm wearing a mask and my face looks great and then everything else is not in line. This is a big one too, the neck and the jawline. Ladies, we are always so self-conscious about the neck and the jawline or getting turkey neck. Some people, it's hereditary in their family. But I'm here to tell you that your DNA is not your destiny. We have so many tools for anti-aging and rejuvenation now that we can actually reverse those signs of aging, and you don't have to have a turkey neck unless you're at the Thanksgiving Day table. That's the only time it's appropriate, right? And I like this picture too, because sometimes people are slender or thin and they just, they still have texture issues with their skin, you know, or cellulite. So we can definitely smooth out the texture of the skin. Stretch marks, loose skin on the abdomen, very common. And I know a lot of women that work out after babies, and that's just one of those problem areas that sometimes it's hard to get that skin elasticity back. And so improving that can really help improve somebody's self-esteem. You know, at the end of the day, it's not even just about how I help people look, it's about how they feel. And I definitely would feel much more confident, like in a two-piece bathing suit, when I have the abdomen on the right versus the abdomen on the left. And that's definitely one of the things that she shared with me that was a concern for her. So I'm going to stop sharing here. And then again, if anything that you see here, like is something that you relate to or a problem area or anything like that, certainly let me know. We will connect and we'll talk about what type of an action plan that we can put together for you. So the other thing too that I will share with you, and I definitely can take this much, much further and get into a lot more details, and especially, you know, when it comes to your specific areas. But, you know, one thing you need to be aware of, and not very many people talk about this, is that beauty is actually a vibration and frequency. And there are things, I don't know if you've ever seen someone that was poised or they had a certain energy and they were so beautiful. You know, it's not always just the physical appearance, right? It's actually, they have a vibration. Like some people, they walk into the room and you just can't help but notice. But there's a lot of things that can help you and support you with that. Some of the things like prayer and meditation, I will show you really quick, prayer and meditation, even just for 30 days, can actually make a huge difference in someone's appearance. I'm going to share this with you really quick. I learned this a long time ago, but if you look at her on the left and her bags and dark circles under her eyes and everything versus on the right, she looks like she went on vacation. She's just so much fresher and more vibrant. And so that alone, look at this girl on the left, she looks kind of sallow. And then on the right, this just proves to me like, it's like the eyes are the window to the soul, right? And you can just tell she's just like vibrating or projecting just like joy, harmony, happiness. This guy here, he looked on the left like he didn't even want his picture taken. But on the right, he looks like he's chilling. He looks like he's just so relaxed and happy. Huge difference. And this is only just from meditating for 30 days. And some people, they may not be big on, the meditation piece of things, or may not know how. I actually have tools and I can guide people, but having frequency healing therapy can really help to balance your vibration and energy as well, and without, having to have a specific belief system or anything else. The other thing too is that the foods that you nourish your body, I'm going to give you a little tip here. There are certain foods that are completely dead, that you may be filling your belly, but it's not giving you any energy or life force. So I'll give you an example. Number one, canned foods. Canned foods, they may have some vitamins and nourish you, but there's literally no electromagnetic frequency. So it's not going to give you like an increase in energy from eating a can of green beans that have been canned. The other thing too is, like fast food. McDonald's is the worst. I don't even know who still eats that today, but you literally have like this meat byproduct, mystery meat, topped in hydrogenated oil that they try to make look like cheese, with dehydrated onions and an overboiled pickle, and then a bun with high fructose corn syrup. Tell me, do you think that's really going to energize you and raise your energy level and how you feel and how you show up in the world? Definitely not. So that's the thing, is you really need to look at food as fuel. How is this going to make me feel when I eat it? Is this really the highest vibration, the best possible, food that I could be putting into my body to convert it, into the fuel that I need to get through life? So that's definitely really important. Nature and sunshine and fresh air are extremely important. And especially after COVID, I do feel for the people that live up north that, they have bad weather at this time of year. So they're already locked in anyways. I don't know, maybe they're a little more used to it than we are here in Florida. Here in Florida, it's like, no, get me out, get my feet in the sand and my sunshine. And, or if you live somewhere where there's mountains and hiking and all that stuff, it is just so important. Even for that matter, it's scientifically proven for you to kick off your shoes, put your feet on the earth, and it actually balances the ions within our body, which can reduce inflammation and help with depression and anxiety. So those are things just to be aware of, that even just from a natural perspective, that we should be doing, and making sure that, it keeps us in our best state or in our best frequency. Clean products that you use on your body is extremely important. So it's not just what you put in your body, it's what you put on your body as well. And I'll share with you this, and it's not just about ingredients is extremely important, but I also, let's see here. I want to share with you that some of the ingredients, like when it comes to essential oils and things like that, it actually, essential oils can raise your vibration. And so one of the product lines that I use that has the probiotics in it, I knew from the moment that I opened it that it had clean ingredients, because the formulations, when you open the bottle, it has these, the essential oils and stuff in it that literally will lift your mood and lift your spirits. And some of those essential oils also can stimulate, repair within the body. So again, it's like when you're looking at choosing your products, it's like, okay, is this just going to get the job done? Or is this going to elevate me? Every time, am I going to enjoy it every time I open the bottle and use it and put it on my body, and does it serve a purpose too? But I'll show you, I like kind of showing these pictures of just what good quality products, putting it on the skin and balancing the skin can do, but also just, having those quality ingredients, you can see how much lighter and brighter her skin is. But, these are high vibrational products that they look and feel and smell amazing. And when I say smell, I'm not talking about fragrance. I'm talking about the scent of the natural ingredients. But look at this woman from 2 weeks, just how much, I mean, she looks happier. You can't tell me that woman on the right there does not feel better about life and feel better about her appearance. I mean, it really is amazing what good things, good quality products can do. But yes, it needs to contribute to the way that you feel, And so that's one thing that I'll share with you is kind of a tip. It's like, be intentional, about what you're putting in your body and on your body. Frequency healing therapy, again, is an amazing way to balance. I'm going to share this with you too. When it comes to vibration and frequency, I spent many years with high stress, and anxiety was something that I would grapple with on a daily basis. Like my nerves, I would sometimes wake up in bed and my nerves were shot just from the moment I got up. I'd be like shaking and have to, do all the things to nurse my nervous system. I had supplements I take and have to put on music and spend time in prayer meditation. I was doing all the things, but, after a few weeks of frequency healing therapy and just balancing the core fundamentals of my body, I noticed 3 weeks in, my anxiety was gone, but not only was it gone, but I hadn't even run an anxiety program. So it was like by balancing all the other areas of my life and my body, the side benefit was actually the fact that my anxiety profile went down. And I can say, even in the midst of all the political climate and everything else that's been going on, I have not had this much stillness in years. I literally remember one day I stopped and I just felt still. And I was so thankful and grateful, because having to nurse yourself every single day just so you can get out the door to actually be responsible or to help serve and support people, it was frustrating. It's like you feel like your body's defective or working against you. So I'll tell you, when you balance your vibration and frequency, it's powerful. And people notice too, like sometimes I bring it up and people are like, I've noticed something different about you. I've noticed that, the way your energy is different, or the way you carry yourself is different. So I'm going to give you this one last tip, and this is kind of a bonus tip that I want to share with you guys. And one of the things that really was instrumental in me having a complete holistic beauty and lifestyle transformation was that I had to hire a coach. And I've had many coaches and mentors over the years, but a lot of us tend to run at a high speed, high pace, or fly by the seat of our pants, or maybe we're overwhelmed. Maybe we're in a sea of chaos, whatever that may be. I needed somebody to give me a new perspective and help me see my blind spots. And because sometimes, even if we're on the path to wellness, we think we're doing all the things, and you can't help but stop and ask yourself, what else could I be doing? Because maybe you still feel like you're not completely where you want to be just yet, right? And I was that person that, I had to make significant shifts and changes, change my lifestyle. And as a single mom, I couldn't afford to make any financial mistakes. I couldn't afford to be sick, but I needed to completely redesign my life. And so for me, having the coaching, support, accountability, follow-up, it really helped me to transition, break old self-sabotaging habits. And I needed support from somebody that could speak life into me when I was weak, down or depressed or struggling. I had to hire a coach. I had already tried everything. I had tried reading books. I had tried classes, seminars, religion, audio downloads, spirituality. I tried so many products over the years. I even went to counseling. and all were beneficial, but it seemed like I was still struggling to get those major shifts that I was really looking for. And I needed to sit down with somebody on a one-on-one basis that could look at my life as an individual and give me guidance to quickly shift my perspective and my behavior and my habits and everything. And some shifts were simple and others were much bigger, but let me tell you, this was huge for me. And this is when I really started to change my life. And not only it not only helped me to map out everything, but to follow up and hold me accountable, remind me if I had forgotten something. And eventually I was able to integrate all of these changes into my lifestyle. And it eventually became second nature. But like they say, it takes 28 or 30 days to create a habit. And so while you're doing that, sometimes you need that support. And it doesn't matter if it's weight, it doesn't matter if it's new skincare, it doesn't matter if it's stress management. But in those times of weakness, when I felt like things were really a challenge, it was nice to have somebody that was my cheerleader that could give me, support and keep me on track and pursuing my vision for what I really wanted for myself. And, so for those of you that have followed my journey for a long time, I started about 13 years ago as a wellness coach. And I got educated in dietary education, supplementation. Then I went on to study makeup artistry and eventually skincare and aesthetics. And I studied different healing modalities along the way. It was a long journey for me, but I wouldn't want anybody else to take as long as I did to try to figure all that stuff out. And that's where coaching and support really comes in handy, is to give you the quickest route to the best possible results. So living a life of balance, I can tell you, creates so much more peace and harmony. The way that I do my work, the way that I interact with my family is completely different now. I took personal responsibility. I knew at the end of the day, it has to start with me. But today I'm way more present and connected, and I can hold my head up and be completely aware of my surroundings. I'm not distracted like I used to be. And I enjoy my life that would otherwise be passing me by in a swarm of chaos. I felt like, in the Wizard of Oz, when the tornado comes and everything's swirling around. And so it's nice to be in a state of being and stillness now. And so I will tell you, for those of you that anything that I talk about has been resonating with today as we've gone through, I wanted to give you a gift and an offering. And so typically I offer consultations, but for anybody that is on this call that, if you drop me a message saying I'm interested, I'm in, you can apply for my full brochure and for us to have a call. It's valued at $197, but I will go ahead and show you really quick just the new packages that I put together, because what I determined was it's not about all of the different technologies and everything that I have. What I wanted to do is actually simplify things, because I did get a lot of new technology and stuff in this year. But any package that someone has with me is going to have a starter kit and at-home care kit to set them up for success, in addition to their treatments that we'll be doing in the treatment room. For those of you that are not in the Central Florida area, I have some other ways that I would work with you as far as coaching you virtually and making sure that you had support in the area of frequency therapy and other things. So we would just tweak the package according to your needs. But the first package I put together is actually my gold package, which is a 6-week package of treatments. And it can be used for any area of the body, but we would just be treating one area. So whether you want to tighten your arms or reduce cellulite or do something with your face, neck, or chest, I do non-surgical breast lift and waist slimming. So we would actually go ahead and focus on one area. I would see you for 6 weeks. If it's waist slimming, I'd make sure you get the dietary coaching that you need. It would be an all-inclusive package to really set you up for success with everything that you need. This here is a picture, of what's possible as far as just correcting crow's feet, around the eyes. And so something like that, we would work on specifically, like I said, for a series of 6 treatments to really minimize and eliminate that area of concern for someone. So that way, she looks and feels so much younger and so much more confident now, because she's been able to get rid of those lines around her eyes. She's been very happy with that. I also have a platinum package. So this is for somebody that has like a zone that they want to work on, right? So whether it's the face, neck, and chest, the waist, love handles, and bra fat, or hips, thighs, and buttocks, it's the idea is to completely transform the overall appearance and body composition, because what you don't want to do is just focus on the abdomen, but then you have love handles and bra fat, or maybe you want to slim the arms, but you still have bra fat, or maybe your face looks great, but you're concerned about the sagging on your neck. You know, you want to make sure you're not just working on one area, and then leaving a neighboring area in its original state. We want to improve the entire zone so you really look and feel your best in that zone. So this is an example of the chest, décolleté, we call it. Sometimes we get those lines even just cuddling with our pillows, right? So that's an area that can make us look and feel older than we really are. I also have the ultimate VIP package. Now this is for somebody that wants a full transformation from head to toe. So we would start in the area of most importance, working to the area of least importance, and we would work together for an extended period of time. Again, you're going to get your post-treatment kit, your at-home care, all of your coaching, guidance, support that you need, everything that you could possibly need to set you up for success, in order for us to have a total full body transformation from head to toe. So this definitely is an extensive program for an extended period of time that we'll be working together to get those overall, it's almost like a mommy makeover. We're gonna work on all the things, right? And this is just an example of somebody that just had loose skin. She was dieting and exercising and doing all the things she needed. I mean, we did tweak a few things, but with the at-home care kit and then the treatments we were doing in the treatment room, we were able to minimize her stretch marks, tighten up her abdomen, so that way her clothes fit better. She felt better in a two-piece bathing suit, felt more confident than she did before when she actually had hanging skin. I also have a 12-week package for people that have thinning hair and are balding. So this is really awesome because I've really cracked the code when it comes to being able to regenerate hair naturally. And so all of the things that I talked to you about today are all very powerful tools. But what I figured out is by putting all these things together that complement each other and work together synergistically, we can actually shorten the time frame in which you need to see results. So it speeds up the process. So instead of waiting an entire year, you actually can start seeing results in as little as 6 weeks. And it's very exciting. So putting these things together has been kind of the secret sauce on how I work with my clients. Now, I do offer a sacred self-care package. I have some clients that, you know, they do different things in regards to beauty, but there are some people that come to me that really, unless they are laying on my table, they don't have a chance to sit still or to really relax. It's quite often that I'm working on somebody's face and then they start snoring on my table. But I've been coaching people on self-care for many years because a lot of people, if it hasn't been modeled for them, they may not know how to really take the best possible care of themselves. And so I really do like to do everything from energy work to frequency therapy to clinical application of essential oil therapy. Those things can help to relax the body, ease tension, balance digestion, create homeostasis within the body, boost the immunity, release emotional shock and trauma. There's so many benefits. And so this is for somebody that's like, you know, I'm okay on the beauty side, but I really need some nurturing and some coaching and guidance on self-care and some help to create some shifts in my stress and in the tension and everything else that I'm feeling. So that's an opportunity to work with me as well. And then this is just the frequency healing therapy that I was talking about. It can help. My aesthetics equipment that I have in my practice actually has 7 different frequencies just for skin. But this particular device has 144,000 frequencies and over 130 programs. But it does have programs for skin and beauty. So hair, skin, nails, skin elasticity, wounds, acne, scars. It has all of that, but it also is clinically proven and FDA approved to help with inflammation, pain, depression, anxiety. I mean, there's so much in here for mental clarity and focus, and allergies and migraines, just about anything that you want to shift within your body. That's one of the things that I really, during COVID, was looking for, was ways that I could support and serve and support my clients outside of the treatment room when they're not ready to, when they're not able to see me on a regular basis. So if any of this resonates with you, certainly definitely reach out to me, say I'm interested, and then, you know, I'm providing complimentary consultations to anybody that's on this call or catches the replay. Other than that, it's been such, I'm so thankful and grateful that you guys have joined me today. I'll share with you just real quick, just some of my clients that I've worked with, just so you kind of have an idea. But you know, I don't know if you've been watching me on social media in Facebook. I had a client that he did a video testimonial for me recently, and he had originally come to me for waist slimming. And then he was so happy with the results, we went on to work on his hair. But at 56 years old, I'm literally watching this man age in reverse. And he is so happy, and he doesn't even come to see me for treatments currently. He has the tools at home that he needs now to support him with continuing his progress outside of our work together. And he's absolutely thrilled because he looks and feels amazing, so much younger. I also have clients that I've worked with when it comes to their stress profile. Like I said, people coming to me saying that they look and feel tired. And I had a lady that she was originally coming to me for her skin, but as I explored, I found all these areas that, you know, including, you know, her stress, job change, kids, marriage, so many different things. And we did some sessions together, some self-care, sacred self-care, some frequency therapy, a lot of different things. And in order to create shifts, and she was able to go, gosh, I remember after her second session, she came and she looked like a whole new person. She was, just the whites of her eyes were brighter. She was so much more vibrant. And she told me she had had an emotional release in my office because she had just been bottling things up for forever. She hadn't cried in years. And she was able to go home and have heartfelt conversations with her husband and everything. And so then by the third session, I said, okay, she looked and felt so much better just from the shifts that we made as far as balancing some things in her life that were going on and the treatments that I did for her, that then by the time I actually did her facial and anti-aging treatment, it was, like I said, the cherry on top. It was like we were just making the outside match the inside because she was just feeling so much better. But, you know, I have clients that have, you know, fibromyalgia and things like that, and they'll come to me and report afterwards that they were able to sleep that night, or maybe their body has been able to detoxify. There's a lot of different ways that people respond when you start putting the body back into balance. But like I mentioned before, if there's anything in particular that stuck out for you today, certainly just reach out and message me. I'm offering a complimentary consultation just to explore the areas in which you need support, and we can put you back into balance, and we can see which container is actually the best program and best fit for you. So, you know, the people that typically I don't work with are people, if they're not on the path to wellness, if they're not going to, give up fast food or, you know, things that could be detrimental to their health or their overall progress, then certainly those are not the people I would work with. Or if somebody's really in financial distress, you know, I don't want anybody to put themselves out just for the sake of beauty. Certainly, because we want that to be in balance too. We want everybody to be abundant and to be fully supported. So anyways, yes, we have the opportunity to work together much closer. So just go ahead and message me if you'd like to schedule a complimentary consultation, and then we can go from there. So I appreciate so much your time and listening today. And if there's anything that you have questions about, certainly let me know. I am so excited to work with you, and I thank you very much, and I appreciate you, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Have a great day.